Welcome to the morning show with Dave and Rob on the Southern Fried Podcast. We get you up, we start you right, we rock your mornings all the time. Grab your coffee and your smile, join on in for a while. Hear that rooster sing, coffee's ready for a fling. Southern Fried has news for you. Updates on life's going on, and maybe a joke or two. Get up, pray up, and coffee up. Welcome to the morning show with Dave and Rob on the Southern Fried Podcast. We get you up, we start you right, we rock your mornings all the time. Grab your coffee and your smile, join on in for a while. We got laughs, we got prayer, celebrate our nation every day. Love our vets, love our land. It's the home of the free and the land of the brave. Get up, pray up, coffee up. Welcome to the morning show with Dave and Rob on the Southern Fried Podcast. We get you up, we start you right, we rock your mornings all the time. Grab your coffee and your smile, join on in for a while. So come on in and have a blast, for a good time that will last. Start your day with a smile, with the hosts that do the most. And get up, pray up, coffee up. Welcome to the morning show with Dave and Rob on the Southern Fried Podcast. We get you up, we start you right, we rock your mornings all the time. Grab your coffee and your smile, join on in for a while.
Good morning out there at Southern Fried Podcast land.
Come on.
All of our folks out there at Cornbread Nation. We're so glad y'all could join in with us on this Monday morning. And here we go. Start your week off with a blast. I'm Rob. That's Dave. And let's rock this week. How you doing this morning, Dave?
Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Hope you had a good weekend, holiday week. We can remember it, celebration of freedom, short work week for some people.
Yeah.
Glad you could stop by and join us.
Yes. Celebrate the old 4th of July, America's birthday. Happy birthday, America.
Be safe out there with all the fireworks. Emergency rooms always fill up with people with missing fingers and burnt, all kinds of burning things, including eyes that get burned. Be careful with your products. They are made in a place that don't like us, most of them. I think it's a setup.
Now, the eye burns, is that from the fireworks or from some of the outfits that folks wear?
Well, there's a lot of people who get short fused, burn the eyes, or shooting bottle rockets at each other.
What? You mean that still happens?
I'm sure. There's still a few areas out there that, good morning, Michael, plays hard.
Yes, sir.
Michael's one of them people that did it. There's no doubt.
I probably did a little bit of that, I'm sure.
He wouldn't do it now. He might.
Get some fireworks going. Well,
but it's good. It'll be a good week. Like I say, a short work week for some. Some have to work a little more. Like hospitals and stuff, there is no holiday. Except maybe for administrators. You just keep on working.
We're talking about the old bottle rocket wars, Michael. Tell everybody be careful while they're out there with the fireworks. They'll be launching them at each other. It may seem like the right thing to do, but it's probably not. Hmm. Did you hear about this stuff going on over there in Idaho with the firefighters?
Yeah, they was ambushed. We talking about late last night. They took him out. He just wanted to fight to the death. As Elizabeth said, there was a lot of rumors out there on one side that it was a former ranger that had been after. I don't know. A lot of information we don't know right now. It's just going to do your dang job if somebody kills you. Set up.
Yeah. And these firefighters are out there risking their lives already. Now they got to worry about knuckleheads like this.
We actually had someone who lives in Idaho. It was really weird that it broke. How it broke. We had a person that came in, was talking to us, who actually lives in Idaho. So it was, it broke kind of late that day. Good morning, broski.
Good morning.
North Carolina strong. Are you holding down the great state of North Carolina this morning? Got it all between the ditches, keeping everybody straight. Tobacco Road.
Are you talking to Broski?
Yeah, he's a Carolina boy.
I know he's a Carolina boy, but is he keeping everybody straight? That'd be like me keeping everybody straight in South Georgia. That'd be a scary thought.
Well, they always say it takes a thief to be a thief is to catch a thief. So you have to be something to know how to keep people straight. Well,
why don't you just put your opinion out there? And technically, it's not our fault that Atlanta's that way. Okay, he's way north of Atlanta, and I'm way south of Atlanta. That's not our fault. We don't get to vote in Atlanta's elections.
We blame General Sherman. He came through. We've never been the same since in Atlanta. I mean, we tried.
Yeah. Michael, what are you fighting over potatoes about? You'll be running from them. What y'all doing? Chunking potatoes at each other, or are you fighting with fireworks over potatoes? That'd be rough. Oh my goodness. And this whole big beautiful tax bill is they're trying to pass through.
Good morning, Miss Elizabeth.
Good morning, Miss Elizabeth. We were talking about the firefighter that was shot yesterday or over the weekend. Yesterday or not.
I'm surprised Miss Elizabeth's up this early. She was traveling in late last night, fighting traffic.
She might still be up.
Well, might have stayed up. I don't know. But it's good to have you. She's been making her way back from that place that Broski was talking about, or nearby. The pie hole, but he said it was. Yeah, that's where it happened, Mike. Haven't been to bed yet, but she just rocked it all night. I've done that many times in my life. One time I was working second shift. We worked over. This guy asked me if I'd take him home. I told you all the story. I did. We sit around and talk. Next thing I know, it's daytime. I'm like, man, I'm dead.
Yeah.
I was always like my dad, set your clock by me coming home from work. Here it is, daybreak. I said, well, maybe they're all still asleep. Nope. Front door standing wide open as I pulled in. I was like, dang it. How can I explain this?
In trouble now.
That sitting up all night talking with a friend, that's hard to sell.
Yeah. Uh, well, I was looking at this big, beautiful tax bill they got going on. They made them read the whole thing, 940 page. 940 pages. Took nearly 16 hours.
It doesn't bother me. Now, both sides have done that. I think it's great. It's the first time Democrats ever read a bill.
Yeah.
They usually just vote sight unseen. If Pelosi put it through, they just signed it. So good for them.
Yeah.
They made them feel like they're really Americans up there bloviating about it. Yeah, go for it.
But, you know, they didn't really have to read it.
They're trying to take moral high ground.
Yeah, but they didn't really have to read it. There's the poor clerks that had to read the thing. They just sat around probably and talked the whole time. I dare say they still don't know what's in it.
It's happened on both sides. It's in the parliamentary rules, and you can do that. But I mean, not to say it's not controversial. There's some people not for it.
Yeah.
There's pork going into it. It's all negotiation. This thing's going to be loaded down with pork projects before it's over. That's what happened. They've already given $25 billion to Alaska to get Murkowski on board for different things up there, and that's the Republicans doing that. So it'll dance it. No, before a bill gets to be a bill, it gets beat up, shredded, plugged in.
I think it's ridiculous.
Sadly, that's the way it is at the state level and at the federal level.
I think it's ridiculous.
It's the yin and yang of they call that making sausage. And the ones who have the most to gain will be the ones whose votes they're trying to get, which is right now is Republicans.
Yeah. That's crazy. I mean, we go through, we make all these cuts, we do this, we do that, then now we're giving away money hand over fist on something that we shouldn't be. You know?
It's a fascinating. If people would just go to their state and watch this process while it goes on, that 40 working days, go to the committee meetings, go to the rules meeting, and watch the process. Rules is where a lot of bills go to die. You don't get out of rules, you're most likely not gonna get out of there. Can't get to the floor for a vote. So they can make changes before it ever even gets to the floor. Lobbyists are involved. It's a process. Yeah, that's what happens, broski. I call that, and you got to have your votes. You don't want to go to the floor and the bill die. So you're counting votes.
Instead of it being, hey, this is a good idea, I'm going to vote for it, it becomes, oh, well, what's in it for me? It can't be the bill that's in it for you. It's got to be something else. You got to have something else, you know. And it's that something else crap that keeps putting all the pork in the bill. And
they can be arguing over stuff, the freebies or how much. Medicaid's the big fight this time. There's a money in there they're fighting with over Medicaid.
Not one Democrat's going to vote for anything on the Republican side.
Actually, there may be a couple on this one, but they're going to get what they want. That's what I mean. You'll get a handful to maybe cross over, but they're gonna get something. I mean, like Fetterman might be one of them.
Yeah.
But there might be a little something slid Pennsylvania way. I mean, we'll just have to wait and see. It'll be done like this all week long. And they'll try to get this done before they leave for the holiday. But this whole week will be the dance.
Mm.
I've been sitting in the senator's office when they have brought lobbyists have used the computers in the senator's office trying to revamp language in a bill that they could then, help them, get it crafted so they could present it back on the floor. They'd be working very fast to try to get it done. It's only so much time in a day. And then
Right.
you have that last day where they can go up, really late. And that's another pressure point. You want to get out for the holiday and they keep holding you up and you're trying to get this thing slid in at the last minute. This one may go down the wire.
We'll see. It's going to be interesting.
I mean, they'll go up to midnight, It'll get done. It will get done. Because they have to have the budget. And they'll get it done, but it's how much is going to be given. How much has it changed? They were reading it.
Yeah. They actually made them read the 940-page bill the Democrats made. Well, they made the clerks read it.
And he walked in. It was kind of a symbolic walk in. A couple senators walking in with him. There's a lot of that kind of stuff. It's a showcase. He walked in. There was a couple senators that he chose. It was all about showing support. There's a lot of drama to this. Lots.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of drama. It's almost like, this whole everything going on with Caitlin Clark and all the other female basketball players out there. There's a lot of drama with that too. And we got drama in the Congress. We got drama everywhere, it seems like anymore. Everything has to be made for TV special almost. Got to have drama. That just disgusts me that they have this way of setting up to do things. And instead of it being something where you just go out and vote for what's best for the people and the nation. Now, these are people on the federal level voting for what's best for people in the nation, pushing everything around to where they can still pull stuff in for their state, what they want, their pet projects. It's all about me.
But sometimes that benefits your state, and people will celebrate that. We'll use Georgia for an example. What if it was a help for like Lockheed Martin or something? Like they got something put in to purchase so many planes or something.
And make a bill for that.
And they're not going to do that. You're always going to have those things added. And when you do a defense bill, they know that that's a big one they want to get passed, or healthcare or whatever it is. They'll always do that. They're never going to vote on anything straight up and down. It's always going to have that. That's just the way it works.
But
it sounds good. It sounds good.
Does it have to continue to work that way, though? Do we have to keep doing things the same way? The same way it's been done for years and years now. They keep blowing these bills up. Why are we still doing it the same way?
That's how you get things done that you want.
Well, I think it's BS. And if they want to do something for Lockheed and you want to put it in the military bill, then you put it in the military bill. But this is over, his big tax reforms and stuff like that. If it doesn't have anything to do with tax reform, it doesn't need to be in there.
This is how you get the money for the bridge to nowhere. This is how you get extra money for some project that you want done in your state. They're not going to change. This is how it's done. That's why it's called making sausage. It's always been like this. It really has. And
I know it's always been like this. What I'm saying is, it could be it's time for a change in that, because the whole thing's just gotten worse and worse and worse as years have gone by. You know, there ought to be some way.
in a defense bill, because they know that people want that military spending, you'll get projects flowing to something else. It might be money for schools. It might be, who knows? It could be anything. And it'll be buried deep within a bill. You can go online, and all bills have to be listed, and you can go read those. And if you'll, the next time they vote on a defense spending bill, just pull it up online and go down to the bottom of it and look at the added projects and port projects and stuff that go on. And what you'll hear about is we finally got our defense bill, and everybody celebrates. And buried down in there are all these other projects. That's a big one. That's one to look at. This one here will be one like that too. Once it's finally voted on, it's put up. They'll do a summary, but you can go online and pull the whole thing up, and you can, if you can stand reading it, because it's a lot. You can go in there and you can find the ads, and stuff will be taken away too. There'll be changes. It's an interesting process. It really is.
You know, what I would love to see is the bill before it goes in front of Congress and all this making sausage goes on, the before and after.
Broski, what happens is you start collecting those votes. It's a voice vote. It's not an official vote. You're calling. If you watch the movie, I can't remember the name of it. I've mentioned it before. I thought it's a liberal type movie, but it's a great look at how this works. And it's the one where Michael J. Fox is on the staff, and it's Annette Bening, and Michael J. Douglas is the president. Anyway, they're trying to get him a crime bill, and they're trying to get and so he's calling. The staff is calling all these senators, and Michael J. Fox loses it on the senator who won't give him the vote, and he loses it and screams at him and slams the phone. And one of the other guys on the staff says, "I'm assuming that was a no vote." They were losing their patience, and then finally at the end, of course, this never happens. The president admits that the bill was not good and made changes to it, and anyway, it does show that process, and they're working the phones trying to get those numbers in, and that's where the deals get added and taken away and all that. So they'll write it in; they just haven't voted on it yet. But because when you send something to the floor, you don't want it to die. I mean, you can pull it back if you don't have the votes. You can still do that, but it's a bad look. Once you get it out on the floor, you want that to go. And if somebody switches their vote, which has happened, then that's where the real drama takes in. That's when it gets hot. It's heated. It's a heated deal, and it'll be heated on the floor. And there'll be people that'll get up and make speeches, and they'll be for and against it, and it'll be hot. It'll be really hot. This is a big one here. The big, beautiful bill will be vigorously debated and argued over. C-SPAN, you can just go C-SPAN and watch all this.
Yeah, and the sad thing is, I saw a thing earlier this morning. You know, the Democrat Party is just made of people that hate Trump. And there's some truth to that. You know?
Yeah.
You know, there's some truth to that. And that's scary. You know, oh, you've got good ideas, you're doing great things, but half the country doesn't like you, and because they don't like you, then we're not going to vote for anything that you do. We don't like you. It don't matter. Oh, you got the cure for cancer. We don't like you. We don't want that. Great.
I mean, like I said, most Democrats are going to vote against it, but you will have 2 or 3, could be as many as 5, depending on what they get, that already is not really, they're in with it, arguing with their party already. Fetterman's a great example. Manchin, remember Manchin? He was one that would cross over a little bit. He's gone now, but what was he? West Virginia. He would cross over some. Cinema. There's been a handful that have been more almost really independent, but they still are. That they catch heat because they want to 100% against it. And if just all the Republicans vote, there's nothing to argue over. But there are those Republicans who are rhinos, or they just don't like the bill, and so they start trying to get their deal or get things changed. And it's blackmail. It's actually just blackmail. That's what it is. Yeah, well, Tillis got into it with the president. Now he's bowing out. Broski was talking about this last night, and that may be a tough seat for us to fill back. That could be bad because we're going to have to look into that one. That could be a tough one. I can only imagine how it is on the federal level. I've been in Georgia at the Capitol when they've been arguing over a pro-life amendment, and they had the votes, and they already told me we got the votes, but there was a block of people, and of course they get time to. There's so much time they allow them for debate, and so it was brutal. It was always the same people, and they would stand up and they would. People would just be playing on their phones and listening while they're going on. And once they get done, then they have the roll call vote. That's where they push the button. And in Georgia, I don't know how they do it there, but they got a green button and a red button, and they push. And sometimes I've been able to vote. The senator would say, "Hey, I'm for this. I'm gonna let you have the privilege of pressing the green button." And as a Christian, I got a pastor. I got to press that for a pro-life bill, which is a high honor. It's his vote, but I got to actually press the button. So that's a big deal. So, but it's interesting to sit and listen to all that. You can go and sit in the gallery and watch all of it. Yeah, Zell Miller. Well, you're right, Michael. Zell Miller was one that would go. He was kind of the old blue dog Democrat. Those are long gone.
Mm-hmm.
But he was one that would go against his party, son. And he caught heat, but he did. Old Zell. Who names their kids Zell? I'm not dissing it. I just said it's hard, Miss Elizabeth. It's very hard because when they stand up and they're just almost screaming in the microphone about, how you hate. I'll use a pro-life as an example. How you hate women. You're racist. You hate them. I mean, that's what happens. And it's minutes of it. That could be a half hour. It could be, I don't know how much time is allowed. And then finally they'll gavel out and say it's time for the vote. But they'll let so many do that. It's hard because you're like, oh. That's why they just have to pay attention sometimes. A distant cousin. Well, if it's a distant cousin for you, it's probably a distant cousin for Miss Elizabeth.
Yeah. Dave, tell me about what y'all said about y'all being kissing cousins and stuff.
I don't think I used that word.
Well, that's but how distant cousins are referred to as.
I don't think they're distant. I think they're pretty close.
Oh.
Yes, Broski. At the invitation of my sender, I was coming down during the session, and on the state floor, my senator at the time, he said, "Hey, we're going to be voting." He said, "Pastor," he said, "this one is for you." It was the heart. Remember I think it was the heartbeat bill. Remember that? Remember the heartbeat bill in Georgia? The 15 weeks, and what it was. Anyway, they were voting for that as by the Senate body, not the representative side. Oh, it did go through, So on the Senate floor, which is a very old historical room, they've even got the very old wooden desk. They recreated the carpet that was there from 150 years ago. It's interesting. And we got to go down. They don't stay on the floor the whole time. They'll be back and forth. But we went in. It's very crazy. It's crowded. The hallways are crowded. But we got down on the floors, and he said, when it's time for the vote, you just push that green button, and I got to cast the vote. I want to tell you it about brought tears to my eyes, man. I want to tell you, it was because you feel like, as a country, you're pro-life and you're seeing all this stuff go on, and you get a little bit back, and it just felt good. I went back and told my church it's one of the highest honors of my life was to be able to be allowed to cast that vote for my senator. I will always thank him for that. He's kin to you, Miss Elizabeth. Y'all got that Dalton connection going on.
Who was it that figured that out?
Don't act like y'all didn't y'all are the ones that were talking about it. You're kin to those people? Well, that's my people. Oh, you're kin to that people too? Well, that's my people. Yeah, Dalton, yeah. And then they all said they had big feet. I don't know what that meant.
Might be code for something, Dave.
I know a couple of libertarians. They're wishy-washy.
Yeah. Oh, now you laughing about it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember that conversation now.
Who was those fellas? Was it McDonald's was one of them? McDonald family?
Oh, so that was you that said that they were cousins.
Well, they talked about all these family that they had in common.
Well, you get enough family in common, there's enough genes there. I mean, you want to spread the gene pool around a little bit.
I figured the big feet sold it. It was kind of like, I've got big feet, you've got big feet.
Michael says big feet means big shoes.
Collins. It's a Collins connection.
Oh, yeah. So, Meemaw Collins was married to Paw Collins, and that Michael was related to Paw cousins, and you was Collins, and you was married to Meemaw Collins, and the cousins Collins, they was related to the brother Collins and the sister Collins, and the aunt and uncle Collins. They was just all mixed up. They didn't know which way to run. Yeah, I know. They run into that problem over in Alabama or Mississippi a lot. Seems like that's why them family trees end up growing straight and tall. I'm just saying.
I ain't saying none of that. I'm just saying that it sounded like y'all got a connection, so I'm running with it.
Y'all be up there going, "We are family." That's the number one family reunion song in Alabama.
Let's see, they're both short. They both have big feet. They both have family that they're connected to, a family named Dalton. I'm good with it. They both live in Georgia.
Bros, not me.
Rob was talking about his straight tree family over in Alabama. I don't know what he was talking about.
I don't have no family in Alabama. I don't reckon. I think me, Broski and I might be some kin out there somewhere. I know he's a long way from here, but I think we might be some kin out there, Churchtail anyway. I don't think I'm kin to no Collins there in Dalton. Are you?
It's never came up in my family research.
Ancestry.com. You know, we should do that. We should do Ancestry.com on here. Maybe you and I see if were related back in the day.
I've got all mine
You got all yours?
on the Cordell side.
Okay.
I can go back to 1777 or 5, somewhere in there. That's about when we came into the country. And then I know all the names that's connected to it, but I've got it. I've actually got it. I think I've got it on my computer right here. I could show you that some night.
That'd be cool. Like I said, Branch Ken living up to Branch from someone.
Well, it's really easy. We're actually all related. We know this. We're all related to each other. I mean, it came from two. It may be more spread out, but we all can. Go back far enough on the tree, it comes from the same two.
Miss Elizabeth had a real neat thought on that. You'll have to get her to share that with you sometime. But, you know, some of us are just closer kin than others. You know, I mean, and that's not nice.
I'm good with it.
What do you mean you're good with it? I ain't no what. No. Kin no Sasquatch.
He does talk about his hairy back a lot.
It takes something like a chimpanzee swinging through your family tree to be kin to Sasquatch. We didn't allow no chimpanzees in our family tree. Some things look too much like people. Where in the world? I don't even have big feet. If anybody's related to Sasquatch, it'd be you big-feeted folks. You and Michael, y'all was talking about how big y'all's feet was. Seems like that would be the Sasquatch connection. You know, Bigfoot. I'm just saying. Yeah, and I can see maybe the chupacabras, the goat suckers, but not the. No.
I don't know. You showed your toes the other night. You look like you could have grabbed hold of some branches.
You know what? I got short toes, short, sexy toes.
No sexy there, dude. Come on.
Oh yeah. That was just
we saw them toes.
Going up on that's just a little taste for what's going up on the OnlyFans page. Bow chicka bow wow. Guess that's gonna give us a whole new thing, a new line of followers there. We ought to have some fun.
There's no we in that. You just keep all that on your side of things.
Oh, come on now.
I am totally out.
Dave. I'm not saying you got to show your feet on there.
Celtic.
Why do you have to bleach your brain?
Before you know it, Celtic, he'll have y'all related.
Well, I think we are. We might be. You never know. I mean, it's a small world, dude.
He says
Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Yeah, I've heard that.
He says not that small. Celtic, I want to know why you haven't been out defending your gal. You know, she's up there trying to act all Bronx, and she comes from the well-to-do neighborhoods, and they're saying she's getting fat now. Well, you're supposed to be out protecting your girl.
Oh, he is. They keep talking about her getting fat, and he's up there singing, I like big butts and I cannot lie. Baby got back. Way back. Oh, Lord.
Oh, there's no doubt. We don't know how, Harry, because we just not going to go there. But he's got a lot of hair.
Get kind of personal in here this morning.
Well, yeah. Inquiring might as well know.
Hey, she's only my girl in body, not mine. She gets fat and she's on her own. Did Miss Elizabeth ask you a very personal question? I don't know if you saw that or not, or heard us talking about it. I want to see the response on that. Yeah, I got dreadlocks in my armpits. Helps me when I swing that hammer out there at the forge after my. Oh. Oh, AOC might be pregnant. Oh, my gosh. Can you imagine the poor slob that had that job? That's what's killing me about Steve and AOC. You know, the whole time that you are make a baby, it's going to be griping and complaining because, you know, they're angry people. You're not doing it right. You're doing it wrong. You need to do this. You need to do that. And the whole time. You have to buy earplugs to even. Never mind. We'll stop right there.
You sound like you got personal experience with that.
Well, I am single. Ish.
That's all I'm going to say on that.
Yeah. Well, see, broski, it's like this. I'm not really all that hairy. You know, I just have a good covering on my back to streamline me for swinging through the jungle. And Steve says she yells at me in Spanish, he'd be okay with it. And Michael says she might have a conservative baby. I don't know if that would even be possible or not. Oof. My goodness. Please stop. I'm to try and sleep and in just a bit, and I don't want to have nightmares. You know, it's funny to me. I'm sorry, Miss Elizabeth. I have to go here. I have to. You know, her and Bernie Sanders just did this whole big thing. Now it comes up that she might be pregnant. Do you think, Dave, that there might be a chance that Bernie will be the father of that child?
No. No, there's some things even a Democrat won't do.
I don't know. I don't know.
Dude, that's a big no.
Dude, are you saying for him or for her?
She's not going there.
How do you know if it's in her political interest? You know, they call that making sausage, dude.
Bernie Sanders is in nobody's political interest. Trust me.
They call that making sausage.
No.
Let me go with you, Bernie. Let me go with you.
He don't have that kind of money or power anymore. He never had that kind of money or power. Let's put it that way. She don't need him. He needs her. She don't need him.
Well, maybe she has daddy issues or granddaddy issues. Great granddaddy issues.
No. No.
Sorry, Miss Elizabeth. It just came, I'm just wondering out loud. I mean, they just came back from that not too long ago. Both of them be pointing their finger, yelling at each other the whole time. Boy, it sounds like two polecats fighting over an apple inside a gunny sack. My goodness. But then life goes on. So, Steve, you never did answer Elizabeth's question there. Where did that go? Yeah.
I don't blame you, Miss Elizabeth. It's a sickening conversation.
What?
One not fit for Monday, that's for sure. Ugh.
Well, you have Monica Lewinsky and Bill Clinton.
That's nowhere near. That's nowhere near the level you're trying to go to.
Oh. She wants to know if you're hairy too, like me.
Yeah. Steve, get you some of that. Like how he just phrased that.
Wait a minute now. What do you mean how he phrased that? We was talking about me being hairy. And then she said that. She said Rob is related to Sasquatch. And then she said, is Steve hairy too? Huh.
But you're trying to make that all like y'all some kind of hairy dudes.
We might be in the hairy dude club. We might go around and braid each other's back hair.
Well, I just threw up.
Let's start this Monday off right.
My God.
Look there, Broski says, I agree with Rob. You can't rule it out. That's for sure. See?
I can. I'm ruling it out.
Bernie Ocasio Sanders Cortez. That would be that child's name.
Well, now you know.
We know. Aside from my head, I'm relatively unhairy. Bernie will be more up to speed with Pocahontas.
Elizabeth. You ladies will just have to redo your mental image.
Sorry, Michael. Wait a minute. You threw out Pocahontas with Bernie, and I'll at least throw an AOC out there with it. Whew.
Come on, give her a little more credit to that. I mean, come on. I mean, I got my problems with her, but dude, she's not lowering herself to that level. Come on.
I mean,
dude, come on, man. The little blue pill ain't even helping that dude anymore.
Killing me.
Come on.
Killing me. You're making life very hard for me right now, and I'm doing my best to be as nice as I can, and you're making it very hard for me. And I'm gonna be nice.
Come on, broski. Come on. No.
Yeah.
what you're talking about, she is the type that would use someone to climb the ladder. Bernie's not the ladder. He's not the ladder anymore. Come on.
He let her go on tour with him.
That's a big difference, dude. Big difference.
I just tried to picture poor Bernie laid across the bed, her come walking in in some lingerie, and in the background you hear bam, chicka, bam, wow, and you see Bernie on the bed. And he goes like this. You ready?
I'm not even gonna look at you.
Just strokes out, gone. That's
bad. Bad.
What? Broski. Oh, what a way to start a Monday. Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, come on, broski. We gotta stop that now. We don't keep going. I know there's a million of them out there that we could refer to right now. Let's just stop. Let's just stop. Come on, Bubba. Did you go kill me?
Don't act like the voice of reason here. You've been the one rolling down this road. You've had the sign out for 20 minutes saying, let's go low.
Yeah, but how's it me gonna make everybody say, I'm trying to pull it back.
No, you're not. I don't say pull it back.
Thank you, bro. All right, so I got to ask you, where did you get the name Bro Ski from? Do you like to ski a lot? Are you a ski bear? Brother ski bear? Bro ski bear? I can't.
Well, we're officially making sausage this morning.
I'm the broski with the moski. Okay. I got you. Okay. So you like to ski a lot?
It ain't got nothing to do with skiing.
Oh,
Come on,
okay.
dude.
I got you.
Oh, come on, man.
Well, broski with the moski.
Oh.
My brothers and I call each other broski, and I'm a Bears fan. Okay. Okay, broski bear.
I was waiting. You have to spell it out to him, broski. Ski.
I have a lot of Eastern Euro in me. What's his name? I respect the ski. Oh, that wasn't nice. I'm sorry, broski. I respect the ski.
Y'all pray for Rob. He needs prayer.
What? I always need prayer. Hey, y'all are ain't gonna believe this. You're just not gonna believe this. The Democrats have found something out. Philadelphia, Minneapolis, and Denver experienced a 28 to 59% drop in homicides after increasing law enforcement budgets. Hey, the police actually do work. What? Listen, broski, let me go ahead and put it like this. I don't even watch NBA, much less WNBA. I didn't lock myself in a room. Uh, that's not very nice. I'm trying to be nice this morning. Guess I kind of had that coming though, because of the remark that I made. But I'm just saying, that's not very nice.
Don't forget, everybody, tonight, Mama said, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If Miss Elizabeth can get some sleep without having nightmares, she'll be with us. We look forward to that. Don't forget, Patriot Mobile, make the switch today using promo code Cornbread.
I'm just saying, if girls want to play basketball, they can. That's right. I'll say it. They can do it. Hey, and I know it's early and it's Monday. But let's go ahead and put out this one here too. Now don't forget, Rob and Dave this month, starting tomorrow, be next month still. We're gonna be at the Sowega Ag Fest down here in Camilla, Georgia. There's your lineup of events. We're looking forward to it. If any of you guys out in the area can make it over to or down to or up to, y'all come on. Mon Petit Valley. Oh, good morning. How are you today? You're French. Oh, oui, oui. Look, spoke French today. You have a great day too, there, broski. We're going to be there on the 19th. And you can see there's a whole lineup of events taking place. We're going to be on the 19th for the barbecue chicken cook-off and the festival. The cook-off starts at 8 a.m. and the festival begins at 10. That was a whole bunch of other great goings on with starting on the 12th through the 26th. Y'all make sure to check it all out. It's honoring agriculture, farmers and stuff. Dave, where would we be in this country without our farmers?
We'll all be eating bugs.
Ooh.
The Bill Gates diet plan.
I think he needs to eat bugs. I don't want to eat bugs. Don't sound like no fun to me. Don't sound very tasty either. Not chocolate covered grasshoppers. They probably wouldn't even put chocolate on. Ugh.
In some areas of the world, it's a delicacy, but I'm not going to eat bugs if I can help it. I'm sure at picnics I have accidentally consumed bugs. So not a nice thought, but it's true. But on purpose, no, not going to do it.
We can agree on that. That is for sure. For sure. I don't like the thought of eating bugs. I don't like thought of eating no snails either. Escargots or whatever they call them. I don't think that sounds very good. I used to say I ain't eating nothing I can't salt. All right. Well, that gets us up to 7 a.m. Time to get out and get this day going. So, Mr. Dave, you got anything before we take off this morning?
No, already made the announcement.
All
Happy
right.
Monday.
Happy Monday. All right, everybody. Y'all have a great day. We'll see y'all tonight, 8 p.m. for Mama Said. Hey, smash that like, follow, subscribe, and we'd appreciate it.
Give us
Yeah.
if you'd like to be on our newsletter list, our newsletter called the Breadhead Newsletter. Send us your email to the email scrolling across the bottom of the screen. We'll include you on that. We will not fill your email box up. In fact, it's been a little over a week since we've sent one. We'll be sending one soon. An updated news, inside look, behind the scenes looks of stuff going on at the Southern Fried.
There you go. All right. Hey, y'all get out there and rock this Monday, and we will see y'all tonight. Girl, big salute.
Have a
Get on
great
this
day.
night. Yeah, guys. See y'all tonight.
So come on in and have a blast for a good time that will last. Start your day with a smile, with the hosts that do the most. Get up, pray up, coffee up. Welcome to the morning show with Dave and Rob on the Southern Fried Podcast. We get you up, we start you right.